She lost? Yeah. Alex Eala lost tonight. And before you swipe away, before you go hunting for the lowlights, before you let that heavy feeling in your chest turn into disappointment, stay with me for a second. Because what happened in Dubai tonight? It wasn't the end of a story, it was proof that something bigger is happening. And even in a 6-0, 6-2 loss to Coco Gauff, this might have been one of the most important weeks in Filipino sports this year. Let's talk about it. The scoreline looks brutal. The truth is different. On paper, it's ugly. 0.6, 0.6, 2.1 hour and 7 minutes. Gauff marches into the semi-finals of the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships. And Alex's dream run ends in the quarterfinals, that's the headline. But the score doesn't tell you who Alex Eala is, and it definitely doesn't tell you what this week meant. Before tonight, she already did the impossible. Here's what people will forget if they only look at the loss. Alex walked into this quarterfinal after already shocking the tennis world. Twice. She beat world number 8 Jasmine Paolini, a top 10 star, French Open finalist, Italian Open champion, in straight sets to no drama. No fluke. Straight sets. Then she turned around and took down Serena Sirsti, who came in on a 7-match winning streak after winning a title just 2 weeks ago. Again, straight sets. Let that sink into a 20-year-old from the Philippines. Ranked outside the top 40 at the start of the year, beating elite seasoned players on one of the biggest stages outside the slams. If you had told anyone she'd be in a WTA 1000 quarterfinal this week, they would have called you delusional. Beautifully delusional. But she earned it. Every point. Every roar from the crowd. Every headline. And then she ran into a wall. Now let's be honest. Tonight Coco Gauff was untouchable. World number 4. Two-time Grand Slam champion, US Open and French Open winner. A player who has lived in the top 5 for over a year. When Gauff locks in, she doesn't just beat you. She suffocates you. Her serve was heavy. Her forehand was violent. She took the ball early and stole time from Alex over and over again. It was one of those nights where you're watching and you can feel it. Nothing is landing. Nothing is clicking. Every error feels louder than the last. First set? 6-0. A bagel. Alex's first bagel of 2026, and you could see it in her body language. The head shake. The quick glances toward her box. The quiet frustration of someone whose game just isn't responding. 33 unforced errors. That's not who she is. That's a player overwhelmed by the pace, the moment, and an opponent playing near perfection. The crowd went silent. Then the second set started. And it got worse. 0.40 Gauff. The Filipino crowd, thousands strong, went quiet. Not gone. Not defeated. Just quiet. The kind of silence that happens when hope is still alive, but barely breathing. Flag still waving. Phone still recording. But the roar? Gone. And then something happened. The moment that defined her. Down 0-4. On the brink of a double bagel. You know what she did? She held serve. Then she broke Gauff. 0.24. And the arena exploded. Filipino flags everywhere. Chants echoing. Noise levels surging back to life. For a few minutes belief returned. She refused to be erased. For context, the last time Alex suffered a double bagel was in 2022 at the Madrid Open qualifiers. She was 16, she wasn't going to let that happen again. Not here. Not now. Not on the biggest stage of her career. Did she complete the comeback? No, Gauff closed it out 6-2, but that hold and that break? That told you everything about Alex Eala. When it would have been easier to mentally check out, when it would have been understandable to rush to the locker room, when the match looked finished, she fought. And sometimes character shows louder in losses than in wins. The respect from Coco Gauff hit different after the match. Something happened that mattered more than the score. Gauff didn't dismiss her. She didn't call it easy. She said, even when I was up, I knew she could come back at any given moment. I've seen her do it before. Think about that. The world number 4. A multi-Grand Slam champion. Looking at Alex Eala at 6-0, 4-0 and thinking she's still dangerous. That's not courtesy, that's respect. And then she talked about the crowd. Thousands of Filipinos turned that court in Dubai into something that felt like Manila. Loud. Proud. Emotional. Gauff said she handled it by pretending the cheers for Alex were cheers for her. If you can't beat them, join them. Classic Coco. But then she said something bigger. She thanked Alex for bringing a new demographic to the sport. She acknowledged what was happening. That the Filipino community showing up like that matters. That tennis is growing because of moments like this. That's not small praise, that's recognition from the elite. This was bigger than one match. Let's zoom out. Alex entered the week ranked outside the top 40. On paper, she wasn't supposed to reach the quarterfinals of a WTA 1000, but here's what she did: beat Hailey Baptiste in round 1, stunned top 10 star Jasmine Paolini in straight sets. Took down red-hot Serena Sirsti in straight sets. Reached the quarterfinals of a WTA 1000 at age 20. That's not luck, that's trajectory. Her ranking is climbing as she's already the highest-ranked Filipino woman in WTA history. The first Filipino to break into the top 40, and she's still rising. Here's the real truth: you don't measure a breakthrough by how it ends. You measure it by what it changes. This week changed things. It changed how opponents see her. It changed how broadcasters talk about her. It changed how Filipino fans show up for tennis. And it changed expectations. Before Dubai, a quarterfinal at a WTA 1000 felt like a dream. Now, it feels like the beginning. Why this loss actually matters: every rising star has a night like this. A reminder of the gap. A lesson in pace. A collision with greatness. For Alex, this was that night. Not humiliating. Not exposing. Educational. Because now she knows exactly what top 5 tennis feels like at full force. And if you think she's not going back to the practice court replaying every rally in her head, you don't know her. The energy is real. Did you see the stands? The flags? The chants? Dubai felt different this week. Filipino fans didn't just attend. They took over. And that kind of presence doesn't disappear because of one loss. If anything, it grows. So if you're feeling that gut punch, that sadness, that what if, sit with it. But don't let it turn into doubt. Because this wasn't a Cinderella story that vanished at midnight. This was a warning shot. Alex Eala can beat top 10 players. She can command an arena. She can handle pressure, and she can fight when she's getting outplayed. The elite saw it. Coco Gauff acknowledged it. The tennis world felt it. She lost tonight. But if you think this week was about one scoreline, you missed the point. This was growth. This was arrival. This was belief becoming reality. And if this is what a bad night looks like for a 20-year-old Filipino star on a WTA 1000 stage, the future should scare everyone else. Because this story, it's nowhere near over.